Hi there. So today we're going to have a look at how to build your own AI assistant for your Facebook ads. So if you run a lot of Facebook ads for yourself or for your clients, this automation will help you to create a daily AI Facebook ads advice that will be sent straight to your inbox. You can run this automation for multiple ad accounts simultaneously. So it's basically like an AI social media ad assistant, but the best part is, of course, it's for free. We're going to use a few different tools for this build today. Obviously Facebook ads. We're going to use a tool called Looker Studio from Google, Google Sheets, OpenAI, and of course make.com. If you don't know what Looker Studio is a platform from Google that helps you build dashboards for all kinds of data. So I built this dashboard for this tutorial. Looker Studio will trigger an automation each day that will start creating this Facebook ad reports. So I've built this automation in make.com where it's going to find all of your ad campaigns and it will create reports on your campaigns, on your ad sets, or on individual ads. So it's going to send all this data to Google Sheets. And from Google Sheets, I'm going to combine the data from Looker Studio and send it to OpenAI, which will analyze this data. From there, we're going to send it to an inbox. Can be your inbox, can be a client inbox. Optionally, you can also send it to Slack. So that's what we're going to build today. Let's dive right in. Actually, this automation is split into two parts. The first part is going to list all of your campaigns. It's going to list all your ad sets, and it's going to create a report. It's going to get all your Facebook leads and it's going to push all this information into a Google Sheet. And together, this information will be sent to this Looker Studio dashboard. Just going to refresh it. Once all this information is gathered in our Google Sheet, it is going to be updated in our Looker Studio. And from Looker Studio, we're going to send a webhook that will upload a PDF into OpenAI. OpenAI will process this information and send it to your email. So that's briefly how this automation will look. So we're going to start out with Make. I'm going to log in to my account and I'm going to create a new scenario. So we're going to start off with our Facebook module. So we're going to list campaigns here. I'm going to log into your account. So what I also like to do is create a variable module. This is going to be useful in the future. It will enable us to set all of the client's information or of your own information in here. It's going to enable this automation to be used for different clients and different ad accounts at the same time by adding different variables for each client. For example, for this client, I'm just going to enter the business ID and the ad account ID here. So which makes it easy in the future. I'm also going to the spreadsheet and I'm going to find the spreadsheet ID. I'm going to enter that also as a variable. So now I can map this information without having to enter the business ID each time. So let's just run this to see what happens. And it found a campaign. Actually, I'm gonna increase this to 10 because I know for this client, there's quite a few ad campaigns running, but we're gonna only want to get the active campaigns, obviously. So I'm gonna quickly log into this account again, add account ID. For campaign ID, I'm gonna grab the campaign ID from the previous module. Here we can also see the status, which for this ad is on pause. So what we're going to do is create a filter and we're going to grab the status and we're going to say that the status has to be active. There we go. So this is going to list all of our campaigns that are running in this ad account, and this is going to grab all of the ad sets in that campaign. Optionally, we can also add a list and ads module here. So then it's going to go one level deeper. For each individual ad set, it's going to grab all the ads. Actually, I'm going to restrict the ad sets here to 1 just for the demonstration purposes because it's going to take too much time. So I'm going to run this once again. It's going to list the ad campaigns and it didn't find any active ones. So we're going to have to select case insensitive. So I'm going to run it. And now we have this active ad set. So from this active ad set, we're going to want to put this in our Google Sheet. So I'm going to add a Google Sheet module. So here, before I started the tutorial, I already ran it. And as you can see, the campaign ID and campaign name is already entered here. But this is actually useful to show you because this is what's going to happen if you run this automation on a daily basis. And so if a campaign is already entered in our Google Sheet, we don't want to have it entered again because then it's going to create new rows with each time the same campaign, and then it's going to process the campaigns multiple times. So that's not what we want. So for this module, we're going to go and find the search a row. As you remember, I created a variable but I'm in the wrong account. So let me just go to the right account. And actually for this tutorial, I'm just gonna select the spreadsheet because we're gonna work in the same spreadsheet all the time anyway. So for this, we're gonna look at the campaigns tab. For fields, let's have a look at our ad report, all of the basic data that we need. So I'm just gonna find all of this information here, ad set ID, ad set name. So time increments basically means if you set the date preset to 7 days or 30 days or whatever, this represents how many lines in our Google Sheet it's going to create in that time frame. So let's say I put this on 28 days, and I put this on 7. That means it will create 4 lines in our Google Sheets. But for now, I'm just going to put it on last 7 days, and I'm going to put this on 1. So it's going to go back 1 week, and it's going to create a line for each day. So once our Facebook Insight module created that report, we're going to add a row for each individual report. Spreadsheet ID, sheet name will be, so sheet name this time will be ad report, column range A to Z. So I'm going to enter this information here, campaign ID, campaign name, ad set ID, ad set name. This time I didn't select the ad ID and the ad name, but you could enter it here just in case in the future you want to create reports for individual ads. And so here we're going to enter the clicks, we're going to enter the cost per clicks, we're going to enter the CPM, the CPP, click-through rate, reach and spend. Actually, no, we forgot to enter the date start and date stop. And here's our spend. Okay, so I'm also going to close this loop from our Google Sheets because it's going to run for each of the lines that it finds in our Google Sheet, in our campaign sheet, and it's going to create a report for each individual ad set that it finds there, and for each individual day in this case. Next up is the Facebook Lead Ads module. This is basically an optional module because not everybody is going to collect leads from Facebook, but just in case, could be something interesting. So it's just gonna list our leads and then it's going to get the information from the leads. This is pretty straightforward actually. And again, we're gonna add rows for each lead that it finds, and we're gonna put it in the leads tab. So because I know that for this ad account, they're not collecting leads, so I'm not gonna enter the exact information in our ad rows module because there's not any information that will come through anyway. Okay, so I think this is our first part that should be ready. Let's have a quick look. I'm gonna quickly delete these rows here. So it's already creating the first report, and here it is. So these are the last 7 days. Yeah, so this is giving us an error because there's no leads being collected at the moment in this ad account. But let's just imagine that these are the leads that were entered. So this is our first automation ready. Let's get to the next one. Just quickly name it part 1. Okay, save this one. Okay, so we're gonna create a new scenario again. Just gonna copy the name, call this one part 2. All right, first I'm gonna quickly show you the actual dashboard that I built. I'm not gonna go into how to create the same dashboard in this video. I'm gonna create a separate video for Looker Studio in the future. So be sure to check out the channel for that video as well. But basically what this is doing is quite simple. It's collecting all of our information from the Google Sheet that we just entered. It might not yet be updated because it takes some time to update. Once it's updated, it's going to show us all of the information that we just put in our Google Sheet. And so here you can see the clicks, the click-through rate and so forth. I also connected the leads tab to the Looker Studio, and that's being collected here. I also connected the customer tab, so it's calculating the order value, and then it's dividing the amount of money that we spent on our ads, which is this, and it's dividing it by the amount of leads or the amount of clients that we received the last 7 days. So it's pretty cool. In our next automation, what we want to do is we want to send this dashboard to make each day, but we want to send it sometime after this ad report is updated. So let's say that we run this scenario, the first one, each day at 12 a.m. Then we're going to wait 30 minutes or so until this dashboard is updated, and then we're going to send the dashboard to make. And the way to do that, if we go here to the share tab and we're going to go to schedule delivery, we can send an email. So I've created a mail hook. Most people are familiar with webhooks, but there's also something called mail hooks, which is basically the same as a webhook, but it's through email, which is pretty cool because in this case it can actually send the dashboard as a PDF or as a JPEG straight into a mail, so we can also receive this PDF straight into our automation. The only thing we need to do is create a webhook tutorial Looker Studio AI Facebook ad assistant, and we're gonna copy this address, which is an email address. I'm gonna delete this one here, and I'm gonna paste in this email address. As you can see, it's just an email address. You can change the subject. So this could be useful if you work with multiple clients and multiple reports. You just enter the name of the client in the subject, and we can get this information into Make later and apply filters to it or whatever we want. Okay, so we can actually quickly test this mail hook. I'm gonna activate it and press send. So yeah, it's not that quick as a webhook, but for this automation, it's not that important. So here it is. And as you can see, it's sending some attachments. It's sending a JPEG and a PDF with our client A dashboard, also with the client in the subject line. Next up, I'm gonna create a PDF. I am going to download a file, the Google Sheets that we just updated in our first scenario. I want to grab that, and I want to create a PDF from that Google Sheet. So I'm going to grab the spreadsheet ID again. We could actually also create a variable module here, but I'm just going to hard copy this one into here right now. So this is just going to go to Google Drive and download the Excel sheet. If you open the advanced settings, you can see that you have the option to create a PDF from a spreadsheet file. Next up, we're gonna combine these two PDFs. So the PDF from the webhook from our Looker Studio and the PDF from our Google Sheet. We want to combine that into one PDF because the next step will be to send it to OpenAI, and it will be more easy to send one PDF and ask the AI to respond to one PDF instead of two. So I'm going to select upload files. I'm going to select the input file. So this is the Google Drive, and the second one will be the attachment. So I'm going to go and find the attachment, enable non-PDF files as input to yes. So that it's also going to create a PDF from the JPEG. Okay, so next up, we're gonna have to upload the PDF into OpenAI. There is actually a module for that. Upload a file. I'm gonna grab the merge a PDF file, and we're gonna send it to our assistant. Pretty straightforward. And next up, we're gonna message that assistant, and we're gonna tell it to use that PDF for analysis. So I created this assistant. We're gonna have a look at it in a second. For message, I used this. Yeah, here is the latest Facebook advertising data. You have access to the document, and then I'm gonna put in the name of the document in your knowledge base. Make sure to consult the data. It's just to make sure that the AI is actually going to look at knowledge base, because if you don't enter this, in my experience, sometimes it messed up and it just didn't look, or it said it didn't have access. I'm also going to make sure to enter the date, and I'm going to ask it to output in markdown format, which is going to make it easier later on if we're going to send this information to a mailbox. So let's have a quick look at the assistant. You're a helpful, intelligent Facebook advertising specialist. Your job is to accurately summarize and give concise, actionable advice on your advertising data in a document in your knowledge base. Break down your summary and advice on a campaign level, ad set, and ad level. Include date ranges, numbers, and percentages when talking about trends in the data set. Make sure the whole summary and advice is under 150 words. Output in markdown format. Always reference the document name and date. And then there's some examples. I used GPT-4 Turbo. At the moment, 4.0 cannot work with knowledge bases. I actually tried it. I think the GPT-4.0 is not yet available for API. I'm not sure. I'm just going to leave it to 4 at the moment. Okay, so that is the AI assistant part. Let's have a look. What is the next step? Just gonna message assistant, get report, PDF. Okay, so next up, I'm actually going to delete this PDF again. There's actually a pretty easy way to delete files. You just have to be connected to your account, obviously, and then you're gonna get the file ID, which is this one. And here you're just gonna select delete. That's it. It's just that it doesn't create a mess and you end up with hundreds and hundreds of reports. It's probably gonna end up making errors if you don't delete the PDFs. So next up, I want to convert the Markdown to HTML, and makes it easy to send the HTML to an email address. So we're going to grab the content value. Wait, there we go. Actually also going to enter a little text just as an introduction for the email. And next up will be the mail module. Send an email, make sure you're connected to the right account. I'm just gonna call this Facebook ad update. I'm gonna enter my own email address. And for content, obviously, we're gonna select the Markdown text. You can also include the attachments, which is pretty useful. You can choose which attachment to send with it. I think it's a bit cleaner to just send the attachment from the Looker Studio, because the merged PDF is actually going to be a few pages, because it's going to create a page for each of the tabs. So you will end up with a 5-page PDF. So for this purpose, I think it's a bit cleaner just to send the Looker Studio attachment, which will be a JPEG, which is fine. Okay, that should work. Okay, so is our data up to date? Actually, let's have a quick look at our clicks, for example. It's at 546, so it's not yet updated. Yeah, I'm not sure how to actually, if there's a way to force the data to be updated. I think here it says data freshness 15 minutes, which is the quickest way. But let's have a look at our scenario. Let's test our second scenario. I'm gonna run it and I'm gonna send the mail hook, send now. So PDF Co is I started a free account. They actually have a pretty generous free trial, so you can get started with it. You might actually be able to just send 2 PDFs to OpenAI, but I think it's a bit cleaner to just send 1 PDF, so I chose to include the merge PDF module here. I'm actually also gonna watch if our PDF will be uploaded correctly, so I'm gonna refresh here. Not yet running. Let's wait a sec. Oh, actually cool. I think it's just updated the data. Okay, I'm gonna send the webhook. And I'm gonna send the report and see what happens. Let's quickly start the automation and make report sent. And it didn't find the file ID because I'm in the wrong account. Let's try again. Okay, so it's downloading the PDF, it's merging the PDF, it's uploading the PDF, it's messaging the assistant. Just gonna check if the PDF is in our database. Yeah, not very good name for this one, but let's see what happens. Oh, and we got an error in the email. Oh, I couldn't determine the client ID. Okay, let me just select another email address. Also get a result that the document is not found. So it happened before. And what I did to help solve this problem was create a sleep module just to give it some time, because I was assuming that after uploading the document, it needed some time to be able to access it. So I just gave it like a 10-second delay. So let's see how that works. It actually uploaded the PDF and it actually also deleted it. So it was there, but for some reason the assistant couldn't access it. So let's run the scenario a second time. I'm gonna send the Looker Studio dashboard as a trigger. It's sent, just have to wait a second. Here we go, upload the PDF, sleeping for 10 seconds, PDF is arrived, so that's good. Message the assistant, and it didn't find the document. Let's see if I didn't miss anything. Oh, actually, I think I forgot to map the file ID here. So yeah, that's it. So once you upload the PDF, you need to enter the file ID obviously here. So let's send the report again and have a look what happens now. Okay, get the PDF, merge the PDF, upload the PDF. It should be uploaded. Let's check in our storage. Let's refresh, and there it is. Yeah, it's going to sleep for a few seconds. And it's messaging the AI. Okay, so let's see if it has an output now. Yeah, so now it created an output. It sent it out to the Markdown and it should have sent an email. So let's check my inbox. So, and here's the email. So it created a nice outline with trends and insights. So it tells us that our cost per click is fluctuating. It's showing us that our CTR is experiencing some growth. Our spend was consistent. It's giving us some recommendation how to optimize our spend. And it also included a screenshot of the Looker Studio dashboard. So pretty cool. Okay, so as you can see, this is quite a powerful and cool automation. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you are using Facebook advertising for yourself or for your clients, this automation definitely is going to make you a lot of money, because it's basically a free SMMA assistant and it's going to create a lot of value for your clients. I will be sharing this automation for free, so make sure to check the link below the video. If you have any questions about this automation or any other automations, make sure to drop a comment below the video. While you're there, also please like the video, it helps me a lot, and I will be sharing a lot of the automations that I've been building, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.